Today I visited an older couple whose children have already grown up, and they've created a home with some fascinating features. For example, a glass floor that gives a view of a small pond below. Overall, the house is incredibly bright with lots of glass, very open. Most interestingly, they built this house specifically for themselves. They enjoy living here and will share their story about how they created this amazing home. This is the wonderful couple, Ari and Catherine, who live in this beautiful house. Hi guys.
Hi.
Hello, hi.
Could you tell us how many square meters is this house? And in general, what rooms are here?
The land is 720 square meters.
The building itself is around 800 something.
We have 4 bedrooms here.
Could you tell us the ceiling heights?
The first floor is 2.8 meters. The second floor as well. Just the first floor, we have a special living room with a high ceiling.
What rooms are located on the first floor?
We have a living room, we have dining room, we have pantry, we have gym.
Why did you choose Bali specifically?
You know, we kind of like looking for a place for our retirement, okay, as well. And we would like to enjoy the good weather, nice air, you know, and also a good sun.
Me, I'm retired, and she's kind of semi-retired as well. We are doing business in IT, but I was actually a civil engineer. So that's why I kind of like understand building houses as well, you know. Although not from the architect perspective, but I think I can understand it's not easy to build it, something like that, you know. And I always emphasize on the safety of the house. Indonesia is on the ring of fire. So it's a belt of volcanoes. So so we have to be very, very, safety is very important for us.
Almost every week we have this earthquake.
Yeah, that's why we build it, you know, including the safety factors for earthquake. So that's why we
This
never...
villa can hold until 7.
Yeah, I think 7.
7.
Yeah, 7 should be okay.
7.
More than that, we have to run.
On the first floor, there's a large kitchen living dining area. It consists of 3 sections. The kitchen, which can be fully concealed, the dining area, located in the center with amazing views, and of course, the living room. The most interesting part, the living room has double height ceilings. It's a large open space where you instantly feel it. There's so much air, so much space here. And because the villa's color scheme is done in neutral tones, it's not immediately obvious how spacious it is. But when you walk in, you get this incredible effect. To bring in natural light, take note of the light niches around the ceiling perimeter. It's like mood lighting, but with real natural light. Look at this gorgeous stone on the walls. It's natural granite. Unfortunately, you can't feel it, but I can. It has such a nice texture to the touch. The coolest part is that it's a very functional system. Behind this wall are a ton of cables and wires connected to the home theater system. There's a central living area here, and it's well ventilated because there's a window on one side and another on the opposite side, allowing for cross ventilation. The kitchen includes an island with a full stove top. What's really interesting is the extractor fan. It pulls up from below. The airflow here is great, so odors don't spread into the living room, making this fan ideal. But the most interesting part is the kitchen wall. It looks like a plain wall of cabinets, but all the doors open up. There's a sink, appliances, a water cooler, all hidden behind the wall. But that's not all. There's an additional countertop to hide appliances. You know how it can look messy when everything's left out? Here, you can easily tuck it all away. This section houses the fridge and freezer. Friends, notice how the island is made of 2 parts, a ceramic countertop on top and natural stone below. See how it creates a stunning texture that ties in with the stone in the living room. And tell me, how long ago was this house built?
We started building on 2022. We finished on
November 2023.
It was only the preliminary design, and then it changed in time. While we are building it, we also make several changes, not big changes, but for example, like this has a very hard bedrock. You know, so we cannot build too deep of a foundation. So we have to adjust accordingly for the whole building. If you see the architect rendering and then you see the picture now and you compare it, yeah, it's 99% the same.
Guys, this is a really important point. When we design, we always strive for perfection, so the visualization matches the final implementation. And there are a few key steps to achieve that. First, you need to discuss the budget with the clients before starting construction. If you don't clarify the budget early on, unexpected changes might occur halfway through the project. Besides the budget, it's crucial to approve every detail with the client in person. They should try sitting on the sofa or the chairs to ensure they're satisfied. By following these steps, architects can ensure the final result matches the visualization one-to-one. Pay attention to the details here because the outdoor space flows seamlessly into the indoor space. See how the stone from the exterior curves inward. These details are so important when designing your space and considering how materials will connect. How do we recognize that something is beautiful? You can find logic in the layout of the space. Here, this concept is applied not just in the wall materials, but also in the axis of symmetry. See the bar counter? Its center aligns with the kitchen center, which transitions smoothly to the dining table center and then to the living area, following the golden ratio of 38:62, creating a great spatial flow. By the way, this 38:62 ratio is deeply significant in the human body. The DNA spiral follows this ratio, as does the proportion of finger phalanges. This ratio is everywhere. It's called the golden ratio, and it's widely used in architecture. We perceive it as harmonious because it's embedded in nature, our bodies, plants, and even DNA structures. This ratio is calculated mathematically. Architects and interior designers use these techniques to make spaces harmonious and appealing to people. Could you tell us which elements of Indonesian culture, or specifically Balinese culture, you incorporated into this house?
Obviously, the Balinese is the walls. As you can see, we use all the stones from Bali.
Yeah, and also we have a Balinese tree, which is a very...
Yeah, we have a very rare Balinese tree, which is endangered. Furniture itself is from Central Java. Called all of our furniture actually is local Indonesia made.
The painting is actually done by Indonesian painters from Surabaya, but we don't want to incorporate a lot of Balinese style. If you want to see Bali, you can just go outside actually. You can see lots of Balis with the temple and everything, right? We have rules in our family that no gadget on the dining table. So all the gadgets have to be put somewhere else, and then we sit without gadgets. Because I don't want somebody sitting on the dining table and started doing their thing in WhatsApp or Telegram or anything, you know, while we can talk to each other. So this is where we pour our hearts.
Could you tell us a bit about the materials used for the exterior and interior finishes?
Main consideration is for the maintenance. Has to be easy to maintain. So for the wall, from the perimeter wall, we are using limestone.
So like the materials for the floors, we have a very hard time at the time to choose the materials because, you know, Bali weather is can make everything rusty, right? And we don't want to use wood, you know, for the floor. We try to look for a material that is easy maintenance, but also the durability, the endurance is for a long time.
So could you tell us how you chose your architect?
At the beginning, Ari wants to use the architect from our previous house in Jakarta. But then I said to him, I think we should, you know, looking for others to give us an idea, you know, on how to build the house, and we agreed to that. Then we put in like a open bidding for this architect, you know, because we have our dream, right, to build this villa. Our dream is we would like to build a simple villa, timeless villa. You know, sometimes if you talk to a very famous architect, they have their own character, they have their own print, right? Which we don't like it. This time we would like to have our print. is our concept, is our idea, our style.
Theme.
Portfolio is not the only thing of our consideration, but also the communication. How open is this architect? How open is their mind to accept the owner's dream? That's why we choose Jetta Living. Because Jeffrey, the main architect, he's graduated from Australia, and we have seen their portfolio, and we have talked to them, and we feel comfortable, to explain everything of our ideas.
Friends, I always tell my team that projects should be made for people. What's most important is the client's personality, and their wishes should form the foundation to help create their dream home. This doesn't mean it's the work of just one architect or designer. It's a collaborative effort between the client and the architect to bring the client's dream to life. Such collaboration leads to amazing and unique solutions, with the client and their individuality as the focal point. Recently, we worked on a project in a skyscraper for a young man who loves traveling and Indonesia. He brought a little piece of Bali into the city and his skyscraper home. Another client was a sailor who cherished the memory of a sunset in the North Sea. We used that as inspiration for the color scheme of his interior. For others, it might just be a color palette, but for him, it's a space filled with energy. So, if you need a project that reflects your personality, feel free to contact our studio. Check out our portfolio via the link or QR code. We work not only in Indonesia, but also in Russia, the UAE, the USA, Germany, and other countries. So if that's relevant to you, check us out. We'd love to work with you. The house features a stunning pool that runs along the perimeter, perfect for cooling off or swimming a few laps. But the most intriguing feature is the living area below the pool level. You can jump in, relax in the evening, enjoy the beautiful view, or gaze at the stars with their actual telescope. If needed, you can separate the outdoor and indoor spaces using the giant sliding doors that run along the perimeter. It's really easy to do. I managed it with just one hand.
This is my favorite spot because from here I can feel the wind, and I can see the pool, and I can see my pond here and watch my fish. Usually I feed them here. This is freshwater, and there is a freshwater stingray, which is a very unique breed. The species called Potamotrigon. My daughter named the fish of all dishes that is round: pizza, pancake, omelette, pie, cookies. So they all have names.
Show us your favorite spot.
I love to do exercise or yoga
Okay.
or meditation. Okay, I love this sport.
To get to the bedroom, you need to pass through an obstacle, a real glass floor that you can walk on. It's 4.7 inches thick, tempered glass through which you can see the floor below. After overcoming the obstacle, we enter what is likely the dream of every homeowner, the walk-in closet. There's a separate island here. You don't see a mirror because it's hidden inside the countertop. The closet gets a lot of natural light because of a corner window through which you can enjoy the view of the outdoors. Of course, the closet is connected to the bedroom. The master bedroom is designed in the same color and stylistic palette as the entire house, which unifies the visual space. The headboard of the bed is soft to visually separate the wall, which is in the same color, from the soft section of the room. There's a wooden divider strip here. Not only is the wall divided by wood, but there's also built-in lighting that turns on and creates a pleasant atmosphere in the evening. There's a small sofa where you can sit and read a book, but most importantly, you can see the invisible door behind which the bathroom is hidden. There's a surprise waiting for you in the bathroom. There's a TV here, so you can lie in a stunning bath and enjoy the TV and the beautiful view at the same time. To make sure your neighbors can't see you, special panels are installed on the building's facade. They are positioned so that while lying in the bath, you can enjoy the beautiful view without being seen. Friends, let us know in the comments. Would you honestly put a TV in your bathroom? Freestanding bathtubs are really beautiful, but if you go for one, you definitely need a separate shower cabin. There's one here next to the smart toilet that greeted us. Actually, the bathroom space also features granite stone, and this granite column looks really beautiful. Along one wall, there's backlighting to create an atmospheric vibe in the room. The sink is made of natural stone, and to hide the drain, there's one large stone slab under which the drain is concealed. To create a spa-like atmosphere around the bath, small stones were placed on the floor. This is an alternative to decking. The key is to ensure there's a drain under the stones, where water can drain away from splashes, especially if you're bathing vigorously or with someone else. Every room has a smart lock that locks and unlocks each door, and access is controlled through an app. There's also a niche here, which is used as a handle. What does your perfect day at the villa look like?
I woke up in the morning and it's raining. It's very beautiful. You can smell the rain, right? Doing the exercise, and then afterwards we are having breakfast together with the whole family. Wow, that's heaven for me.
There are 2 additional guest rooms on this floor, but on the roof there's something hidden. I'll show you everything now. Another living room with an amazing view, a beautiful large sofa, and a TV area. The owners really enjoy watching TV. Why did you choose a flat roof instead of a pitched one?
We are planning to use it for a solar panel system. This way we can adjust the inclination, north and south and everything. Very easy because it's flat.
Friends, I recently made a video about flat roofs, and you can click the link I left to check out the pros, because there are far more advantages to flat roofs than disadvantages.
We are using a system that will retain the water going to the ground tank. We have a gutter here, and then it will go down. And then this stone is actually help us to reduce the heat. It will absorb the heat. Bali has a lot of suns. Why not use it, right? Therefore, we are installing a solar panel. So our electricity is actually sustainable. It's provided by the solar panel going to our systems. It is very helpful. It makes our electricity bill going down very low. We are trying as much as possible not to be against the nature.
Nature, yes.
We try to be in line with the nature, We don't use pesticide actually.
You know how to reduce flies, mosquitoes. We collect dragonfly. It will eat all the mosquitoes.
Mosquito, flies.
Yeah.
Also, we are using bees.
Yeah.
So we have several colonies of bees all around the house.
Yeah.
They live free. I just find a colony and make sure they strive. We didn't even take the honey actually
You just move them to
our
this
place.
and-
So we try to be one with the nature. Sometimes there are some snakes also wander through our house, and then we just
Yeah, we never kill
never kill animal.
any animals here. No.
And I have probably the most important question for you. What advice would you give to people who want to build a similar home?
If you want to build something, you have to stay on track. Do not get distracted by any other designs or any other things. Otherwise, you will have a messed up design, which mix and match, which is not what you want in the end. Just stay true on your course.
Actually, you have to know what you want, what you really want. That's the most important thing.
To build something similar will be not possible, I think, because each people have their own characters. This house, we bring our characters, not only us, but also our children, always talk to each other, and we compromise. That's what family
Yes,
are.
compromise.
Yeah, we compromise.
Building a house is a big task that needs to be done together, with everyone in the family agreeing. And it's a big task to find an architect, builders, and other contractors. Building a home is a great test that shows how well people are united, how well they can negotiate, and how strong their family is. So building a home is a big achievement. Those who've built one know. Friends, I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave your comments and ask questions. I'll ask the owners and try to answer all your questions. All right, see you in the next videos. Bye-bye.